Good afternoon from Sacred Space at Titania's Realm. It's 3:15 p.m. on the 8th of August 2024. My computer's doing weird flibbity gibbets again. It's weird, it's out to get me, it's out to get me. Hopefully we get through this reading. So today we're reading Memories of the 8th of August 2024. It's entitled Let's Not Overanalyze. And the cover photo is a quote which says, "Never settle for half-assed kisses, partial truths, bad coffee, boring books, fake friends, or shitty chocolate." Quoted by Brooke Hampton. I concur with that. 8th of August 2024, 7:51 a.m. Feeling less obliterated as I only had to pee 4 times last night. An improvement, gar, but getting better. Thank the gods and my own indomitable will. Chest less congested too, adjusting to the new CPAP device. Onwards and upwards, babies. So that was this morning, and then Rati came to clean, and I was regaling her funny stories from my former marriage, which was pretty hilarious. She said I should do stand-up comedy, probably should do one day. And then I went out to the letterbox and I got not 1 but 2 parking fine infringements saying that I parked in a taxi zone in Queen Street, which is weird because I never park in Queen Street. I always park at the top of Adelaide Street above, up from the Brooklyn Standard, which is in Eagle Lane, and then I walk down. So they tried to imply that I was in a street I wasn't in, and that I parked in a taxi zone that I would not deliberately or consciously ever do. And then anyway, when I looked into it on the night of the question, I had actually paid, because I arrived early before 10 to go to the club. I'd actually paid 22 cents to pay for my parking, which I thought was legal. So it's proof that there's no way I would have been paying for parking in a metre if I had deliberately parked illegally, am I right? So anyway, the fine is for $644 for 2 infringements on the same night, which is awful. And I've disputed it, and I'm hoping they just let it go and don't fine me anything, or at least only fine me 1 fine and not both fines. Either way, even $322 is a lot of money to me. So as you can imagine, I've been a bit frickin' distressed all afternoon after receiving that in the post. I was very, very upset. So, but anyway, I'm going to dispute it because it's just so unjust, since I paid for parking up until 10, and parking after 10 is free usually in that area. So hopefully I'm hoping it all goes away, hoping it's fine. But anyway, that was very, very upsetting. So that's been my day. That's been my day so far. And we'll carry on reading from even date. 8th of August 2023. I shared a video that I made on that day called Defy Death No More, and I shared the link, but it's up here on YouTube. 8th of August 2022, and there's 2 more videos. 2022, more Charlie smooches, and another one about Charlie, and another one called Food Scarcity Preparations, which, to be fair, I didn't really do all that much about that, I collected a few tins of food and some rice and hardly anything to help me survive an actual apocalypse. So I haven't really committed to that. Because I live on a disability pension, I only get enough money to scrape through fortnight by fortnight, which is why the thought of having to pay 2 parking infringements for $644 threw me for a bit of a fucking loop, because that would take me a year to pay off, and it's just a nightmare. So, not happy, Jan. And, you know, if I had extra money, I could put it towards, you know, building a stock of long life food in case things get lean or society breaks down. But I can't afford it. Especially can't afford it now if I have to wear those fines. It's just more stress. Anyway, I carry on, still in 2022. Message from my spirits. It was the song, or song lyrics from the song Crush by Jennifer Page, was gifted to me. So I wrote, I don't have a crush on anyone, so it's not for me. For fuck's sake, that Crush song is running through my head again. Let's not overanalyze. Don't go too deep with it, baby. Is that the message? Go away, cryptic trickster spirits. Mama T ain't got... What's this? Mama T ain't got no time for bullshit. So as I said to you in a video yesterday, sometimes I get song lyrics or melodies and then I have to try and track down what song it is, and sometimes they're potent messages, sometimes they're just kind of annoying, quirky things. But yes, I woke up with the word postal in my head the other morning, and I'm like, postal? What postal? Am I going to get a love letter? Should I write a love letter? What's this about the postal thing? And then yesterday I had kind of wranglings having to race between 2 post offices because a parcel couldn't be delivered because I was out, and the post office I went to yesterday I thought was closed down because the shop front is closed down, but I didn't know it was amalgamated with the newsagent. So then I drove to the other post office at Holland Park to see if my parcel was there, and they knew nothing about it. And then some lovely man that happened to be a customer said, no, the post office at Seville Road is still there, but it's in the newsagent. So then I drove back. So I had all that stress about Australia Post yesterday, and then today those 2 fines arriving in the post. So the spirits just gave me one word, postal, but they didn't tell me all the drama and chaos that was going to be connected to it all. So this is what I'm saying is the spirits will sometimes give me a bit of a hint, but not enough detail to flesh out what it is I'm going to be fighting with or struggling against, or what's really going on. So Mama T ain't got no time for bullshit. Amen, sister. High five on that one. But anyway, it's just been a bit of a stressful couple of days, really. With that, today's developments especially was really threw me for a loop. I'm really not well, and mentally I just left my body. I was like, I can't afford that kind of money for nonsense, for parking to go to my favourite club and go dancing, am I right? So I'll have to find somewhere else to park that's safe, maybe go in a car park building again, although I was, for the first 6 months that I danced there, parking at the Uptown Centre and then doing the 10-15 minute walk in, which was okay, but very tiring at the end of the night when I've danced all night and I'm completely depleted physically, mentally and spiritually from giving out so much of my energy. Then that long walk to the car is exhausting and also potentially dangerous if some arsehole decides to follow me. I mean, it's still dangerous even parking close by, but if I'm going to get slammed with parking fines like that out of the blue that I don't think are just or right, I'll have to find another way around things, won't I? I think there's another car park building close by. If I remember, it said from $7. So I might check that out if I go dancing tomorrow night and park in there. If it's no more than the $11 charged by the Maya Centre and it's closer, it might be worth looking into, better than street parking and having some malevolent asshole parking inspector that couldn't even identify whether what colour my car was. And the second fine, he got it wrong and said that I was parked there at 12 a.m. on the 19th of July, which is impossible because I parked there at 10, 10:45 because I paid for 15 minutes parking. And I leave at 2 when the band finishes. So it was weird. If they're going to fine me twice on the same date, the date should have clicked over to the 20th of July at 12:16 a.m. So they kind of tried to imply that my car had been parked there for 24 hours, which is impossible. I was only there for 4 hours. So there's something wrong with that whole thing. It stinks to high heaven, and I just hope and pray that the Brisbane City Council investigates it thoroughly and does the honourable thing by me and can see all the errors and things that just look not quite right. And please God it gets sorted ASAP, because I'm going to be stressing about it till it is done and dusted, that's for sure. Anyway, still in 2022. Today has been lovely but intensely spiritual. I spent the evening making apple pie filling, then making apple pies in my pie maker. Halfway through doing that, I had some intense connections that led to inspirations. So on went music, and Bobo and I snuggled while I ate my pies, drank tea, and sang along to rock songs. I also did a few loads of washing, then hung them out in the crisp, cold night air. The moon was half full, so the backyard was brightly lit. Spirit was telling me some strange epiphanies, and I burst out laughing, but I can't remember what it was now. Hopefully I remember later, as it was hilarious. Anyway, I feel the hunkering, salivating, psychic, vampirizing black dog got chased away this evening. It's so good to feel this good again after the past week of oppression that was starting to ooze and seep and seethe like lava under a brittle mantle crust. Move along, nothing to see here. Something is shifting. Hallelujah. I was seriously considering black salting my entire property. Now I may not need to. Later I wrote, laughing my ass off, I just got told by Spirit, you need to wash your damn car. I reply, yeah, I know, it's very dirty. It's on the agenda soon. I also need to buy new wiper blades for fuck's sake. The energy practically yells back at me, thou shalt not sully God's name. I nod, but it's not my fault that Mazda, Ahura of the Zoroastrian gods, sold me a chariot of the gods after my long, evil, protracted will dispute battle with a number plate named Ein Sof, which is the Kabbalistic name of God, meaning the infinite, or the eternal, or the infinite, or the inimitable, words along those lines. I mean, just because I was humiliated in Kabbalah classes by that fat, putrid, festy old man and his unworthy, now dead, or they're both dead now dead henchman, Does Kabbalah need to be another torture device? Okay. I will find a car wash soon. Please don't smite me or spite me. Hashem, genug already. Actually, it's time I wash the car again. It's very, very dirty again. It's too late to do it today. It's too much of a chill in the air, but maybe tomorrow or soon needs to be cleaned. Thanks for the inspiration, my angels. Having the best time singing karaoke with my dog. We sang Werewolves of London. I tried to get him to howl with me, but the little bugger only does that for cops. But he snuggled in while Mama T howled. So I forgive him. Oh, I miss my dog. I miss him so much. 8th of August 2021. COVID-19 lockdown update. From 4 p.m. today, Sunday the 8th of August, the South East Queensland lockdown will end with some restrictions in place for 14 days, and Cairns and Yarrabah will enter a 3-day lockdown after a new case was detected in the community. So it will end at 4 p.m. today. Wear a mask, gatherings restricted to 10 people in homes, including residents and public spaces. Businesses and venues can operate with density limits. Staff at schools and students from grade 7 and above must wear masks. Yeah, because nothing like depriving young children of oxygen to interfere in their developing brains, am I right? Idiots. Weddings and funerals can have up to 20 people attend, also idiotic and nonsensical and rather capricious. No community sport, also nonsensical. But anyway, those were the rules that we had to live under that regime in 2021. 8th of August 2020. Feeling unwell again today. It's interminable. I hope it's not terminal. But smoky ends of burnt out days makes the Tanya maudlin and crave the man she loves like a drug, oh dear goddess. Oh Tanya, he wasn't worth a scrap of you. He was the most awful creature. What was wrong with your brain? I still want to know. It still astonishes me. Anyway, I continue writing. I had to smack that down by taking the dog and bird for a walk, then rush back to the loo. Gar. Now weak and besotted, with my coagulated, duct-taped heart and quivering digestive system. Oh dear. To be frank, I can't go on like this much longer, but that has been my swan song for 55 years, try 49 years. So that means I actually can and will, if only by my own willpower alone. Here she is, babies. Here she is, still strutting her stuff. Just a dog and his bird, or a bird with his dog, two free spirits being boss. Oh, Bobo has a ball tucked under his chin there, and Charlie's at his side. They really were good pals, most of the time, except when Charlie had sibling rivalry and used to beat him up, but most of the time they got along just fine. 8th of August 2019. I had a little burst of energy, so I went out and dug a hole, nearly blacked out from my recalcitrant lungs that hate any physical labour involving bending down or over, but persevered, albeit slowly, with lots of intentional breathing, as my heart felt like it might explode in my chest and I was seeing stars. But Mama T planted that dwarf lemon that is full of flowers but will probably drop most of them from the shock of being moved into the ground. and it deserves to put down long, safe roots deep into the earth. I hope it thrives where I put it next to the guava tree. That is, I hope guavas and lemons are not sworn enemies. They must have been because it died. I also planted out my dahlia bulbs that did nothing last year, as they don't enjoy being in pots either. So I hope to get some pleasant surprise come late spring or summer. Tomorrow I will plant a pomegranate somewhere, as that one is also struggling in the pot. It grew from a seed from the one in the garden, so it might do better once I plant it out. It's struggled, hasn't really done very much at all, to be honest. But anyway, it's still alive, so just let it do its thing. I've watered everything in and am now back inside to rest some more. A warrior goddess exhausted and her dog god also on repose. Oh, bless. I love how he used to always wrap his paws or put his paws on my feet and touch me while he was resting. August 2018. Magical, bright, blessed day. Finally out of bed. Washed my hair in the laundry tub, quicker as I did not feel like a shower. I can feel the resurgent openings and spiraling epiphanies from the Lion's Gate. Let's hope it brings us all our deepest, most heartfelt desires, with harm to none. A little disclaimer there. I don't want the crumbs from another's silvery-tongued plate, nor to be rent asunder by the forked-tongued plunder. Let what is truly meant to be for my highest good and greatest bliss and truest love come to me in freedom of choice, with blessing and abundance and loving kindness. Amen. I just had a bad attack of indigestion. I won't go into details, but the pain was incredible. I was praying not to die. Anyway, waiting for the next wave of agony, as it can take a while to ease, sipping warm water with bicarbonate and hoping it settles soon. Well, it didn't really, it just turned out to be gallstones, so I ended up having to have the surgery a year later on the 25th of June, or almost a year later, 25th of June 2019. 8th of August 2017. I'm very grateful for my friend Jared, who knows me fully and completely. His loyalty is unquestioned. He knows what my buttons are and what not to push, lol. But he knows what makes me tick and what I am passionately, insanely obsessed about. He has listened to me tell and retell painful stories of my life many times and never judged me harshly or lost faith in my ability to grow and heal and get up again. Every woman and man should have such a brave and beautiful friend. He knows me better than even my daughters. He supported me through a grueling divorce, deaths of several of my parents, meaning my parents and stepfathers, and a few too many relationship breakups and various breakdowns. He is a truly good man, a genuinely loving man, and if God had ever set me an angel, then Jared was him. I love you, my friend. We had a lovely long chat on the phone today too. I love all my friends, all of them. Are just amazingly gorgeous, wonderful people who are so kind to me and tolerate me and my weird eccentricities too. At Kylie's, waiting to get my hair done. Very nice. My friend Julie Butler wrote, Tanya, you're not going to believe this. I think I'm psycho. I think she meant psychic. I was just thinking this morning about getting my hair cut and how nice yours looked the last time you went to the hairdressers. And there you are at the hairdressers today. Kylie's little girl Macy was homesick and feeling a bit bored, so I asked her to write me a story about my dog Bobo. Awesome. This is exactly what he would be doing right now. Sweet little girl. And she wrote, I don't know if you can read it. One day, Bobo was playing with his bone. It was great fun. Yay! Love Macy. Bobo's also saying yay. Isn't that cute? I love it when my friends' children write me little stories or, give me little drawings or paintings. I've got little things all around the house. I just delight in it. Really do. 8th of August, still in 2017. Just some shots with the Tanya and the bow. My boy is happy to have me home again. He is finally settling down beside me on the couch as he has just had a schmacko. Satisfaction is happiness. August 2016. Today I woke up happy in spite of my exhaustion. It was lovely to see Ashley and Chloe last night. We Skyped Crystal together. It was just like old times. I've had a much nicer week last week, emotionally. Hopefully the last shreds of old skin are leaving me for my springtime renewal, squeezing out of an old paradigm and into a new one is always turbulent, but what butterflies must fly. Surrounded by love and caring and beautiful friends. Just wonderful. By that time I was 2 months clean of all psych meds too. Today I received a book in the mail from a woman author named Joan Beveridge, whom I met recently at the dog park. It's called Ilif's Secrets. She sent me title cards to share with anyone who might be interested in purchasing and reading it. I'm very honoured she blessed me with her book. It was a nice surprise to find her book in my letterbox. Thank you, Joan Beveridge, wherever you are. I think she told me at the time that she resides in Tasmania and was up here on holiday. It was very kind of her to send me her book, and it was actually a wonderful book. It was about time travel, I think, if I remember correctly. It was about spiritual subjects anyway, telepathy, and anyway, it was a wonderful book. Then I commented in response to a song that I had posted up, which meant that I was getting spirit messages. Matisyahu Redemption Song, cover of Bob Marley. And I replied, awesome, my swan song. Reminds me of a time when things were okay, but they never were. So I had to rebuild and conquer my own abuser's, plural, paradigm, and dance out my pain to live free again. No man, no cry, but lots of love from fellow kindred spirits, mud in their eye and death mask smiles plastered with makeup and limitless betrayals. But I see all and say a little prayer, for I've wiped myself clean of envious, foul, bespittled, automatic, responsive automatons. Soulless fucks, but so pretty. Today the sun shines on a new day. I am light and love and wildness. Unchain my heart, my mind is an explorer, a guardian of yet uncovered truths. Lie to me so you can then die to me. I fear you not, greater, stronger, mightier have fallen in my wake. I don't look back in anger. I have other hearts to unfurl into the winds of change and to watch blossom in the full raiment of their beauty. You cannot thrive on stolen lifetimes. Make yours great, but do not sublimate. Envy will rot your brain like advanced syphilis, while those you waste your precious life force on continue to shine in spite of your dark arrows of degradation. Envy, guilt and shame, wasteful, wanton excesses that entrap your soul in the filth and grime, when all inside of you eradicated your own beauty and power. My schadenfreude turns to abject pity. I will not stand by for your final disintegration. Only you can stop the rot, turning blotting cancerous hate into love, so you can grow into and up inside yourself to finally take your place amongst the stars. International Sophie Day, mooching our corned beef. She was a lovely girl. Mooching the corned beef, Sophie Castle-Aarons. You can see Ilif's secrets there amongst all the paperwork. It's lovely and astonishing how someone I'd only just met, total stranger, blessed me with her beautiful book. So I'm very blessed like that. Sometimes I meet people and I don't even know them from Adam, and they gift me with the most wonderful things. It's really quite gorgeous when that happens. I mean, I don't expect it or make demands of people. I'm not like that, but I'm always thrilled and delighted when just something just out of, like, totally out of left field like that happens. And she was such a lovely woman, and you know, it inspired me that I need to get busy writing my own books. And who knows, maybe I might be gifting my books to random strangers I just met one day. It was a lovely thing to do, actually. Really lovely, lovely thing. 8th of August 2015. All my dogs brought me back into balance and taught me how to keep it real and keep it simple indeed. Here I posted a video. Cats are profoundly lazy. It was hilarious. It was all these pussy cats that were too lazy to get up and, in this case, drink properly. So she or he was reaching into the bowl of water and just dripping the water with her paw into her mouth instead of getting up and lapping at it like a normal pussycat, right? And there were other funny antics too. It was quite delightful. And here I commented, I have 4 of the mofos. This afternoon, I woke up at 4 p.m. I sat outside in my garden surrounded by hens, 1 rooster and 4 cats. I closed my eyes and thanked God, even though I'm not talking to him, her or it, for the serenity, the beautiful remains of the day and my animals. I overheard some people walking past my house say, "Oh, look at that lady with all her cats and chooks." Yes, my neighbours are all envious of me. They think I have an easy life. They have no freaking idea. But just for 1 hour of one day, I had it made. Lots of love in sacred space. This is how you build a life on the gravel rash of the old one, taking the good in each and every day and absorbing it until your head and mind swell with ebullience, not an aneurysm, not yet. Besides, I don't pop my cork for every man I see. All my clogs, still clog hopping. Last night, I danced myself to exhaustion. I looked splendid, if I say so myself. I intimidate the average Aussie male just by showing up looking glamorous. Ha ha ha, I don't care. I am enjoying my freedom dance. And I like to dress up a bit glamorous. It's my one night out a week. I want to look lovely, you know. The rest of the day, rest of the week at home, I'm wearing a very nice dress that I wore yesterday too, but sometimes I dress up at home. Sometimes I'm just, sloughing around, not really caring, just wearing casual clothes, But I like my nights out to be an extravaganza. With my health issues, you never know when it's going to be your last night. There's an old saying that you should be careful what you're wearing each day, because if you die and you become a ghost, you'll be wearing those clothes for eternity. So if I were to die in pyjamas and a pyjama top and, I know, there's god-awful shoes that are back in fashion I observed yesterday at Garden City. What are they called? Crocs. If you see me dead wearing Crocs and jammies, you'll know that was a very bad day for me. And if I get stuck wearing that for eternity, Mama T will not be pleased. She'll be haunting someone, maybe the designer of Crocs, am I right? But it's not really a potential threat, since I would never buy them again. I did wear them the last time they were in fashion, which I think was back in the 90s. But I only wore them sloughing about in the garden. I thought they were hideous even then. So, but I noticed how they've all got fancy little things for children's Crocs to put all fancy little things and make it all artistic. I was like, yeah, but nah, those shoes are still hideous no matter what you stick into the holes. Oh, you have to laugh. I did, however, have a good look at the Doc Martens shop. And the young lady in there was so friendly and delightful, and complimented me on my outfit and my bag with the fur tail, and said she's got one on her bag. And I did admire some of the Doc Martens, but they were like $350. And I guess I hesitated because I thought that's a lot of money, and I hesitated. I don't technically need a pair of Doc Martens right now, but and then today I get this 2 infringement fines for $322 each. So that's 2 pairs of Doc Martens, am I right? If I have to pay that, I'm going to be livid. I will be so furious and upset. But, it is what it is. But anyway, The Doc Martens. I would much rather buy Doc Martens than those hideous bloody Crocs. Anyway, we continue reading. 8th of August 2014, 2:25 a.m. I've been a very good house person. I have vacuumed and mopped all the floors. They were filthy, and even I couldn't take it anymore. Lol. Now the only thing left is to scrub the bath, as I cleaned the bathroom yesterday, but not the bath for some weird reason. The house smells so fresh with clean floors. I also bought a beautiful lilium at Bunnings today. It's been a long time since I bought myself flowers. This one had lots of buds. Looking forward to the first one opening tomorrow. This evening I watered the front garden, cleaned out the pond filters and topped up the ponds. I also burnt more twigs and leaves. Epic. I'm so happy with myself that I got so much done. I even wired up the new pond light as I finally exchanged the bodgy one that kept blowing out bulbs. Yay! It looks lovely. Let's hope this one isn't a faulty pain in the arse. My garden looks tidy. My ponds are thriving. Spring will be spawning time. I better get the 44-gallon drum ready soon. It's 12 months since Bella walked over the Rainbow Bridge, my beautiful soulmate, never forgotten, and the love still burns bright between us. God bless you, little New World leader. You were my only sunshine. Knackered, I expended all my energy last night in cleaning the house. Off to my GP for a script. More money down the drain. Grr. Got $40 left for the fortnight. Sick of poverty, sick of struggling, sick of being sick, sick of fighting for every scrap of my life like a beaten cur. Time to rise and shine. Looking forward to Shauna's birthday drinks tonight. I will rest more when I get back from the doctor, so I can kick up my heels tonight. Frida and Mischief. You can just see his fluffy little bum there. Oh, he was gorgeous. He was a gorgeous boy. Couldn't keep him though because he was a rooster, so the Brisbane City Council made me get rid of him too. It's just awful. Back from the quack. I bought comfort food, winky face. Now sitting in the afternoon sun, eating yogurt and Morello cherries, as I know the comfort food was a very bad idea, especially as I am almost broke. Insanity is such a blessing. So I gave some yogurt to Socks, who was delighted, and to Tabitha and Elvira, who were also rather chuffed chooks. I fed the goldfish, who were also thrilled. I have let Frida and her chick out to play. Everything's zen at Sacred Space, even if I am slightly out of my head. I am going to rock out tonight, babies. Rachel L., who was Rachel and Sally was Socks' original owners, Socks and Sophie's original owners, wrote back, "Of course Socks would eat the yogurt." I replied, "I had feta the other day, put it in the fridge and threw the packaging in the bin. Later I heard a bang, ran into the kitchen to find Socks, head down, ass up, inside the rubbish bin, licking the feta packet. He loves dairy products. He also licks the butter if I leave it on the bench, lol." Rachel L. replied, "This has happened many times before. He will eat anything." And I replied, "He eats like a man, lol." Tanya Aarons is with Kate Kitching and Heidi Olila Villianen. else is it? Irish Murphys in the days when I used to frequent Irish Murphys. Hmm. 8th of August 2012. I spent the day with Crystal pricing, evaluating beds. The lies the salespeople had the gall to tell us was very bemusing, but I now know what I am hoping to purchase soonish, because I was waiting for the little dispute to end, get settlement so I could buy a bed. Well, a mattress and a bed, which I'm kind of due 12 years later, but overdue actually. Should buy a new mattress every 10 years. Kind of due to buy a new mattress too. But I guess my 2 infringements fines will blow any opportunity of that out of the water. Jesus, it's just evil. It's just completely evil what they've done to me. That's my opinion anyway. Completely knackered, exhausted, drained, and just plain tired. Phew. I had a long walk today, which I undertook by choice, but my bones in my feet and legs still ached horribly from last Friday when I danced in my high-heeled boots and had a great time. But oh, the recovery is very, very slow. So off to bed early for me tonight. 8th of August 2011. Mine enemies have thrown up slanderous evidence to support their bogus will, and I am distraught but must wait 2 more weeks of this ridiculous debacle without end. Oh God, please shame, humiliate my enemies as you have done in times past for your humble servant, and let this ugliness be finally put to rest, so I can move forward in my life plans. Amen. I am so tired of constant attacks from people who don't even know me. 8th of August 2010. I overdid it in the garden today, doing some more digging. I also wire brushed my outdoor wrought iron furniture so I can buy new paint for it on Tuesday, make it all look new again. Boy, was that a task. I thought the drill would do it all in an hour. 4 hours later, and I am still scrubbing away, and I only did half of one chair. Exhausted now. I really need to pace myself as Crystal is moving house on Thursday, which means I will be schlepping boxes and furniture for her and driving a rented ute. Oi! I hope I don't burn out before Thursday, as it will be an almighty task. I really, really hate moving house. It's a killer, both emotionally and physically, but I'm glad to help out my favourite girl. Copyright Tanya Desiree Aarons, and thus concludes today's readings of Even Date. It's a shorter one today, not as many writings or postings or ramblings or hurdy-gurdyings. So there you go. And as usual, wherever you are in the space-time continuum, have a beautiful day, night, afternoon, evening, and remember, as always, never ever let the bastards grind you down. Bye for now, planet Earth.